Welcome to today's lesson. We'll be looking at content marketing. Content marketing because now we've understood who our customers are, what their pain points are. Now we have to understand what kinds of content to create to ensure that we get them to buy what we want to buy, what we want them to buy. So we'll be covering the following: content strategy development. How do we develop content? Right? What are the strategies we consider? What are the things we look into? Then content format suitable for our market. Then content creation best practices, content distribution and promotion, then content performance measurement. Before we begin, what is content strategy? Content strategy practically forms the backbone of your digital marketing efforts because across all digital platforms, it is content you post. So having a strategy behind everything you put out is of utmost importance. So just think of content as a detailed your content strategy as a detailed roadmap that guides every piece of content you create. As we said in the past, every content you're putting out has a particular objective or goal it needs to achieve, right? So, what are the foundations we need to consider when we're creating our content strategy? Before we go into anything, there are four things we need to understand about our customer or about the market we want to serve. Number one is F. What are the facts about them? Ideally, we're supposed to get these facts from the customers themselves when we carry out a survey before we even begin to what? Render these services or sell these products to them. Ideally, we ought to carry out a survey, but this is a part that we often miss out. So, since we do not actually carry out surveys, what are some assumptions we have to make or we have made about these customers that we want to serve? So, what are the facts we have come up with? That's number one. Based on these facts, what are the lies, right, that these facts may be hiding? So, what are some assumptions we have made about them that is not necessarily true? Do you understand? So, the next thing is now the consequences. The first one we had facts, the second one we had lies. So, what are the consequences of the facts if they are true? What are the consequences of the lies if they are not true? Right together. Then the next one is W, which is the what if the opposite is true. So, if these facts that we said are not true, what is the opposite of it not being true? Or if the lies we have stated, right? If there are lies we have identified, what are the what if? So what if that lie is true? So for the facts, we'll flip it. What if these facts we have are actually not the fact as they are? And then the lies we have, what if these lies turn out to be actually true? What do we do and how does this guide our content creation? So let's have a look at an example using the fish seller or the seafood seller. So some facts that the seafood seller may have is that number one, Nigerian restaurants need regular and reliable fish supply. That is a fact because they sell food on a daily basis, right? Number two, many households buy fish in bulk and they freeze it. That is true. Fish is a staple protein in Nigerian cuisine, 100% true. Peak purchase periods are weekends and festive seasons. These are also facts. Fish purchases increases during non-Muslim fasting period. Is this true? Customers care about freshness and price. Is that a fact? Most buyers prefer to see the fish before they purchase. Price fluctuation affects buying decisions. Then popular species are catfish, tilapia, mackerel. Storage and refrigeration is a common concern for customers. These are all facts, right? So what are the lies? What are the common misconceptions? All customers want the cheapest fish. Is it true? Only restaurants make bulk purchases. That is not true. There are households that shop in bulk. Only restaurants make, okay, social media doesn't work for fish business. That is also not true. Customers only care about price. Only market women buy fish. Young people don't buy fresh fish. Customers don't need education about fish. WhatsApp is enough for marketing. Quality doesn't affect the price. Quality doesn't matter if the price is low, and then customer service isn't important. In fish business, these are some of the lies. Then the consequences. Poor storage leads to lost customers, of course. Inconsistent supply affects customer loyalty. Yes, because if power is not consistent, I'll come and buy fish and it is spoiled. Good commerce service leads to referrals. Yes, true. Quality fish commands premium price. Regular updates keep customers engaged. Educational content builds trust. Delivery options expand customer base. Bulk pricing attracts regular buyers. Poor handling leads to reputation damage. Good packaging increases perceived value. These are consequences. What if we created fish preparation video content? So if educational content actually increases purchases, so a what if now will be, what if we created a fish preparation video? What if we offer fish cleaning services? What if we started a subscription service? What if we partnered with event planners? What if we created a fish lovers community? What if we offered cooking tips with purchases? What if we did fish farming workshops? What if we created a fish recipe blog? What if we offered specialty fish options? What if we created a loyalty program? Can you see how this can guide what we're going to be creating? So before you even begin, you need to do a content audit. Content audit simply means if there are people in your industry already selling what you're selling and are doing extremely well, go and look at their contents. Whether they have a website, you go through their websites, you go through their social media posts. If they have an email newsletter, you join the newsletter. If they have a WhatsApp broadcast, you join their WhatsApp broadcast list. If they have YouTube channels, you join those channels. And if they have blog posts, you read these blog posts. Why do you need to do all of these things? Number one, for each piece of content, analyze the performance metrics. The kinds of content they post, are there people engaging? If they engage, what kind of engagement? Are they only liking? Are they sharing it? Are they commenting? Are the content they are posting relevant to their business goals? And then what quality of content are they posting? When you know these things, you now know what do you now need to do on your own end. Then aligning with business objectives. Your content strategy must serve your business's goals. So what are the common objectives in the Nigerian market for your business? Number one, your content must build brand awareness in a crowded digital space. Number two, it must establish thought leadership in your industry. Number three, it must help you to generate qualified leads. Number four, it must help you to drive sales and conversions. And then it must help you build a community of trust and loyal fans, right? Trustworthy and loyal fans. So now, what exactly do you need to do to create your content strategy? Number one, you define your content mission and statement. So your content mission and statement answers three questions. Who is your core audience? What would you deliver to them with your content? And then what outcome will they get? So here we use an example of a Nigerian fintech company. Their own mission statement is, we provide young Nigerian professionals with practical financial literacy content that empowers them to make informed investment decisions in today's digital economy. You see how simple and straight to the point they are. So for your individual businesses, you now need to ask yourself, or you use AI to say, okay, these are my ideal or identified audience. What do you think should be the content mission statement for my brand or for my business? Number two is set your content pillars. Now, content pillars are the main themes your content will cover. For instance, using the example we have just used in the past, a fintech company. So their content pillars will be, number one, they are going to be having content around financial education. Number two, they are going to be having content around digital banking tips. Number three, they are going to be having content around investment opportunities. Number 4, they are going to be having content around money management. And then the last one, they're going to be having content around tech and what? Innovation. So all the contents they are going to be creating are going to revolve around those 5 content pillars they have what? Created. So they could actually give each day to a content pillar and see, on Mondays, we're talking about tech and innovation. On Tuesdays, we're talking about investment opportunities. On Wednesdays, we're talking about X. On Thursdays, Y. On Fridays, Z. Are you together with me? So now that we have our content pillars, step 3 is content types and formats. So content pillars are the main themes your content will cover. For instance, we have given it. Now, your content format is based on the pillars. What format of content are we going to be posting? Is it short video? Is it short form videos, which is popular on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube Reels or YouTube Shorts? Is it infographics? Is it blog posts? Is it a podcast? Is it going to be social media carousels? Or is it going to be interactive content like quizzes and calculators? So these are different formats of what content that we need to be posting. Next thing we now need to ask ourselves, now that we know our pillars and we know the form of content to create, what is the framework of implementation? So we're going to create a structured content calendar that includes the date each content needs to be published, what the theme of that content is, what the format of the content is, which of the distribution channels or social media platforms are we going to be using, then what is the content call to action goals, that's what objective do we want to achieve, and then finally, what resources would I require to create this particular content that I have outlined. Next, we now go to the resource planning. So what are the things I'm going to be needing? If I'm going to be needing short form videos, I'll need content creators. If I'm going to be creating infographics and flyers, I'll need what? A graphic designer. If the content creators are going to be creating content, it means we need videographers, right? Then we now need a social media manager, which is us ourselves, to be posting these contents. And then we need content editors, which eventually happens to be us still. But these are things that must happen, right, during our resource planning. Now we go to the distribution strategy. Distribution channels are selected based on the audience presence, content format compatibility, resource availability, cost effectiveness, and measurable impact. If I'm the only one that is going to be posting the content, but I want to be able to post on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on where again? On Snapchat, on Pinterest, I am already biting more than I can chew per time, right? So what I have to ask myself is, those customers I feel are going to buy my products, which of these channels do I think they are most active at? Maybe it's Instagram, maybe it's Instagram and Facebook, maybe it's TikTok. I'm going to select 1 or 2 or 3 as the case may be. Next, which content format is compatible with the account or the platform I have selected? Right? Then next is, what is the resource availability? If it is video content for YouTube Shorts, or for Instagram, or for TikTok, let's even say TikTok, we know that videos is back to back to back. Do I have content creators for that? Do I have somebody that will always be shooting the videos? If I need to put captions on the videos, do I have a video editor? Then cost effectiveness. How effective is it going to be for me to have all of these people on my team? If I cannot get it, can I be the one creating the content, editing and posting? If I cannot, can I get one person that can do everything together? Then the last one is measurable impact. How impactful is posting this particular content type going to be towards me achieving my goal? Then measurement and optimization. This is where we look at what are going to be our key performance indicators. These are metrics we must track. Engagement rates. If I decide I'm going to be posting short form content, By the time I post short form content for 30 days consecutively, when I need to come back and check how it is performing, I'll need to know how did they engage with it? How many people did this content reach? Did I get any enquiries? Did anybody send me a DM based on these contents? Out of these people that sent me DMs, how many people eventually bought? Then brand sentiment is, what have we been able to achieve as a result of the way we have positioned the brand? Are we getting people referring others to us? Are we getting people sharing our content? Are we getting people like really engaging with what we're putting out? Are they dropping comments in the comment section? Are they sending DMs? Are they reposting our content on their stories? Share of voice, that's what we mean here. Then return on investment. These contents I have been creating for the past 30 days. What have I been able to get? Have I been able to get followers? Have I been able to get more eyeballs on my content? Have I been able to generate leads? Have I been able to get people to reach out to me on WhatsApp? Then the next thing we look at is analytics and reporting. So regular reporting schedules. Am I going to be checking at the end of every week to see how my contents are performing? Or I'm going to be checking at the end of every month? Data collection methods. What are the different ways I'm going to be collecting my data? Is there a way I can be collecting the contacts of those who actually send me DMs? Is there a way I can be saving numbers of people who reach out on WhatsApp so that I know exactly who they are and where they came from? Then analysis frameworks. What frameworks am I going to be using to analyze this data? These are questions we must answer. So the assignment we'll have to do is, number 1, create a 3-month content strategy for your business or the business you're currently handling. And this strategy should include, number 1, you're going to start with the content mission statements. What mission do you want? Do you have for the content you're going to be posting? Number 2, what are going to be your 3 main content pillars? Number 3, create your content calendar for the next 3 months. So January, first quarter of January, create your content calendar based on the pillars you have identified. Then your distribution plan. Okay, January, I plan to only post on Instagram. I plan to make 2 posts a day. I plan to first post 6 a.m. or 9 a.m. and then second post by 8 p.m. or 10 p.m. or 6 p.m. Right? Then measurement framework. By the end of each month, I'm going to look out for my number of engagements, number of shares, number of likes, and then number of followings. Right? This is your assignment to be submitted on Monday. Finally, success metrics. Your content strategy should demonstrate, number 1, clear alignment with your business objective, right? If at the end of these 30 days, you don't get the objective you have set out to achieve, it means, okay, your content strategy has not worked or it hasn't had enough time to work. Understanding your target audience needs. So everything you put out will now let you know, okay, which kind of content best resonates with my customers. Practical implementation framework. You're going to have a practical framework that you're now going to be using consistently to ease your content marketing. Then based on the tests and trials you have done, you now know, okay, how do I allocate these little resources that I have? And then finally, you're going to have a measurable outcome for everything that you do. If you have any questions, you can drop them in the comment section and then I'm going to answer them. So do not forget your assignments. Here they are. Ensure you submit and then we're going to look at it together. Until the next lesson.